All right, so let's get into the book. So, this book that I have today is from the publishing company called Barefoot Books, and I just recently actually learned about Barefoot Books from a student of mine and her family. And now I love this publishing company. I don't know how I missed it, how I didn't really know about it before. And it's a just wonderful, wonderful publishing company. I love all of the stories and songs they've published. And so a lot of their books are songs, and then they will come with CDs that you can play as you listen, or you play the CD as you look at the pictures in the book. And that's what I've been doing in class, and it's been really fun for me and my students, and my co-teachers and I have been having a great time with these CDs and accompanying books, because we figure our students get a little tired of hearing me and my same, two co-teachers. Just the three of us are the only ones now reading books to them and singing with them. And before coronavirus, we just had a lot more teachers coming in and out of the classroom to cover lunch breaks, and they were there at the start of the day, the end of the day, different teachers when we combined classes, so kids would just see a greater variety of teachers. And it made it fun in the sense of it's like exciting to have a different teacher to read to you or sing a song with you. But overall, I love it so much better now with the consistency of we do not combine classes due to coronavirus, and so it's just the same group of children with the same 2 or 3 teachers for the entire day, start to finish, and it is so much better this way, in my opinion. I love it so much more. So yeah, I would say that's just one of the only drawbacks, is just, the fun of hearing stories and songs and everything, different talents, and just bringing in different teachers does have its benefits, of course. So that's why we like doing these books on CD, just so kids can hear different people, singing and reading books to them. Okay, so this is the one I will share. It is a new Barefoot Books publication. It is called The More We Get Together, and it is written by Celeste Cortright and illustrated by Betania Zacarias. Beautiful illustrations. I love the illustrations. And I was actually here on YouTube. I watched the author Celeste Cortright. Oh, I found out that's actually her pen name, which I think is always interesting when authors or musicians or anybody use a pen name or a stage name. I'm so fascinated, and then you learn their real name, and it's just funny. It's like she has a different identity for her books, so that's fun. Anyway, so she, Celeste Cortright, was singing this song in a YouTube video. Well, her book, and she was explaining that the timing was a little bit strange because it was just it happened to be published soon after the start of the coronavirus, but that was just a coincidence. When she wrote it, it was before the start of the coronavirus. So she was just making the point, like, there are now restrictions on how we can get together in life due to the coronavirus, and it is a lot more virtual get-togethers, but we still can find ways to get together, work together, even if it's virtually, and connecting through social media and getting together that way and making change happen that way. There are still lots of great ways to get together, and it is so valuable, just all forms of working together and people getting together. So here we go. Let's begin. Okay. Oh, and it, of course, goes without saying, but The More We Get Together, Friends, is a classic children's song dating way, way back. Just one of those classic songs. It's been around forever. So if you know the song, The More We Get Together, first you can touch your nose, and now feel free to sing along. Okay, so here is the first picture. Oh, and look, these people are actually waving outside of windows, and on a little balcony. So that's a COVID-friendly, safe way to say hi to your friends and neighbors, is through out windows and balconies. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Let's bicycle together, enjoying the weather. Let's bicycle together and breathe easily. The air will be cleaner, the grass will be greener. Let's bicycle together and breathe easily. Nice picture there. A lot of this book, friends, you will be reminded, or well, I will remind you, a lot of these messages we talked about in the Earth book when I read Todd Parr's The Earth book. So a lot of the messages in this adaptation of The More We Get Together are all great ways to help make the Earth a better place and help the environment, especially now, friends, while the weather is still great, while we're in fall right now, well, here in Boston, and enjoy the fall weather while it lasts, because soon enough it will be really, really cold winter time, and we will be stuck inside more, and it will not be as viable as an option to ride bikes for long distances and things like that. So gotta enjoy it while we can, right? Okay. Continuing. 'Cause your air is my air, and my air is your air. The more we ride together, the healthier we'll be. Let's work with one another to help out each other. Let's work with one another to try to give back. With care and affection, we'll make a connection. Let's work with one another to try to give back. Okay, so you see in these pictures, lots of these friends are helping their friends and neighbors. Very nice. We have some visiting. It's nice. Well, a little trickier now with coronavirus, but always nice to visit either your, friends, family, if they're in nursing homes, if they're older, or if they're in hospitals, and they can always appreciate visitors. You might need to visit virtually now to be safe with coronavirus, but people always appreciate anything you can do to bring a smile to their face, even if it's virtually. And there are lots of ways you can send cards to people in the hospital. You can work through organizations. You could mail pictures and cards to kids or older people who are sick. So much you can do to help. Okay. With care and affection, we'll make a connection. Let's work with one another to try to give back. 'Cause your joy is my joy, and my joy is your joy. The more we help together, the better we'll be. Here are some pictures. Together we recycle, and it's just delightful. Together we recycle to limit our waste. From paper to plastic to compost. Fantastic! Together we recycle to limit our waste. That's right, friends. We talk about recycling a lot. I know in my class, my twos class, we have a recycling box in our closet, and my co-teachers and I are always recycling with the kids and adding everything in there that should be recycled, like cardboard and plastic. And then we end up using most of the recycled items for activities, which is terrific. So keep recycling, friends, at home and at school. Wow, look at all these friends recycling. Here's some close-ups. There we go. Okay. 'Cause your world is my world and my world is your world. The more that we recycle, the greener we'll be. Very nice. Look, more recycling. At the park, luckily, there's usually lots of recycling bins out in public spaces for you to use, which makes it nice and easy. And if you do not see a lot of recycling bins in public places where you live, then tell someone and maybe write a letter to some government officials and try to change that, Okay. Let's make the world better by writing a letter. Let's make the world better by sharing ideas. To speak up is super, it changes our future. Let's make the world better by sharing ideas. See? Just like we just talked about. So it's a wonderful way to make your voice heard. You can write letters to anyone from, even, if you wanted to make any change at your school, you could write a letter to your school principal, or you can write letters to your senators or your representatives, all of those people that help your town and state in Congress. Okay, look at all these friends writing letters. Cause your voice is my voice and my voice is your voice. The more we come together, the stronger we'll be. Let's gather round the table whenever we're able. Let's gather round the table with all of our friends. And with every plateful, we'll feel ever grateful. Let's gather round the table with all of our friends. Again, tables are different now with coronavirus. We are doing fewer big group gatherings, but you can still gather around tables with your families at home and safely at school, more spread apart, but we are still eating snacks and lunches together at school. Well, if your school is open, I'm talking about my school, but I know not all schools are fully in person. Okay. Here are these beautiful pictures. Cause your meal is my meal and my meal is your meal. The more we eat together, the closer we'll be. Friends, it is so important for families to eat dinner together, or any meal you can eat together as a family if you can make it happen. I know with changes to everybody's lifestyles due to the coronavirus, I think one of the positives has been families spending more time at home together, or with a lot of people able to work from home, they're able to have all this wonderful family time that they weren't able to have before. So I think that's a positive because I know it's a wonderful way for families to connect. I know I'm grateful growing up. I always had dinner with my family every night. We always made it happen. So, it's just a great way to connect and have conversations all together. And that's where memories are made. A lot of my childhood memories are from family dinners. Okay, moving on. We can make a difference when we work together. We can make a difference together as one. When we put our passion towards kindness and action, we can make a difference together as one. Yay! Look at that. Very nice. 'Cause your hope is my hope and my hope is your hope. The more we work together, the happier we'll be. Oh, wow, friends. It looks like those friends are camping under the stars. Look at that. You know, I love camping, friends. Remember I chatted about my amazing camping experience. Can't wait to go camping again. It is so special. Sleeping under the stars. So nice. All right, and then the book goes over different ways to make a difference. So you can, if you ever see this book at the library or get this book for yourselves at home, you can read more of these tips: saving fuel, giving back, recycling, activism, all those themes from the story. And then community activities and teamwork. Okay. Ta-da! Here's the picture on the back. All right. So that was The More We Get Together, written by Celeste Cortright and illustrated by Betania Zacarias. Lovely illustrations. Let's clap. That was fun. That's such a classic song. Always so fun to sing. Okay, so, and, timeless message, right? Okay, so let's wrap this up with the closing traditions. Here is my shaker from Puerto Rico. It's a little taped up. I recently brought it into school because, like I've mentioned, we every morning with our good morning song at circle time, we pass a special instrument around, and it helps with, working on taking turns because everybody passes it on to their friends and everybody gets a turn with it. And then every day we choose a new instrument. So anyway, I taped this up because it was falling apart. I have had this for 5 years now. 5 years. So it is showing its age. It had a fourth piece to it that really was falling apart. So as you've noticed in these videos, we've been down to 3 for a while. Just blue, gold, and red. Anyway, it still is doing its job, still shaking away. So what are we celebrating? We are celebrating the power of people getting together, whatever that means, whether it's virtual, whether it's safely in person. Let's celebrate the power of people getting together and working together to create change and a positive future. Yay! And of course, all of this is especially extra relevant with the presidential election coming up in just a little more than 1 week. So I just dropped my ballot off in a official City of Boston drop box in front of the Boston Public Library, where I was returning a lot of library books that I had for a long time since, the due date was extended with coronavirus. And so I kept them for a long time, and we enjoyed them in my class for a long time. So anyway, I finally returned them, and then thought while I was there, I would use the City of Boston Dropbox for the election right there. So felt good to get my vote in early. And so I hope everyone out there, I hope you've got your plan to vote. You've either already voted or you're going to vote soon, either, early voting or on election day, or you already mailed your ballot in, whatever the case may be. This is an extremely important election. I think the most important election of my lifetime 4 years ago was very important too. So I'm feeling hopeful. So, I'm just going to put that out there into the universe. I'm feeling positive and hopeful about this election. So positive thinking. I believe in the power of positive thinking. So that's what my mindset is I'm feeling hopeful. Okay. So moving on, we did the shaker. Oh, I had a mask to share because that's another tradition. Sorry, stumbling over my words. Another tradition is that I share any new face mask I have, and I realized I had not shared this one. I've had it for a few weeks now, or like a few months now, but I just hadn't shared it yet. So here it is. Okay, so what do you see, friends? Can you see what these are? Do you see how they're different colors, right? There's red and orange and yellow. What other colors do you see? Do you see green? And you see light blue and dark blue? I know my friends really like to talk about all the different shades of colors, like light blue and dark blue and light pink and dark pink, and it's so wonderful to see when we're coloring. I love when my friends get very specific that they really want to color with dark pink compared to light pink. So I think that's wonderful that they already have opinions about all the different colors they like. I have so many artists. All my students are wonderful artists, so creative. Anyway, so do you see the anchors? So yep, these are anchors. And as a Rhode Islander, I love anchors, and I love what they symbolize: hope and strength and stability. So I am just such a big fan of anchors that I like having 2 anchor masks, because you remember I had another anchor mask that was just dark blue or navy blue and with white anchors. So anyway, I thought this was a fun one with all the different colors. Okay, so I will just do my reminder here. The purpose of this tradition is the reminder that it is still so important to wear a mask in public spaces to keep everyone around you safe and healthy. And it's still extremely important, So just keep wearing your mask. It's not that bad. I wear a mask all day long at school, and I've gotten used to it. It's definitely not ideal. It's not the most comfortable thing, but I have definitely adjusted to it, and I really feel for healthcare workers who have longer shifts, just longer work hours than I do, and it's not just a mask, but the whole shebang, the whole outfit and protective gear that they have to wear, and that just seems really tough and painful and stressful. So anyway, that's the mask. Okay, so the final traditions. Do you remember, friends? What tradition do we always end with, or most of the time it's at the ending? The virtual hugs from our friends. Okay, so we have to start with Earthy because that story, The More We Get Together, or the song, was very heavily focused on ways we can help the earth. So, Earthy thanks you for everything you do to help make the earth a better place. All right, so here's a hug from Earthy. Okay, and then Llama. Here's a hug from Llama. And Ollie. Here's a hug from Ollie. Ta-da! All right, so bye. See you in the next video. Happy fall. We're in kind of the prime of fall. Especially up here in New England, the foliage is beautiful. All of the colorful leaves, so pretty. The weather has been really great most days here in Boston. That just ideal fall weather. So hope you're all enjoying it. And yes, just enjoy it, like I said, while it lasts, because winter is coming up and it's going to be a tough winter with coronavirus. So anyway, happy fall, happy voting, happy election season, or election day is in a little more than a week, so that's exciting. So cheers to that. Okay, bye.